The universe speaks to us in a language far beyond what our physical eyes can perceive. As we contemplate the journey of Three-Eye Atlas behind our sun, we are invited to look deeper into the cosmic symbolism unfolding before us. This celestial event carries profound spiritual significance that resonates with ancient wisdom about our soul's evolution. Edgar once spoke of the sun as the door of the soul, a gateway between worlds visible and invisible. This profound insight reveals that our central star is not merely a physical body radiating light and heat, but a cosmic threshold between dimensions of consciousness. When Three-Eye Atlas travels behind the sun, it symbolically crosses this threshold, moving from the realm of the seen into the unseen, just as our consciousness must journey beyond material perception to discover spiritual truth. This celestial passage represents the soul's journey through the veil that separates ordinary awareness from divine knowing. What does it mean when a cosmic traveler like Three-Eye Atlas disappears from our sight, continuing its journey hidden from our physical eyes? It teaches us that the most significant spiritual transformations often occur in realms beyond ordinary perception, in the silence, in meditation, in the spaces between thoughts where true illumination awaits. The invisible path of Three-Eye Atlas behind our sun mirrors our own spiritual journey. We too must pass through periods of apparent darkness, of being hidden from the world, to undergo the profound transformations that reshape our spiritual essence. It is in these moments of apparent obscurity that the great day of purification begins, not as a dramatic external event, but as a subtle vibrational shift within the soul's deepest chambers. This purification occurs first in realms unseen, in the quietude of consciousness, before manifesting in our external reality. Just as Three-Eye Atlas continues its movement while hidden from our sight, spiritual evolution proceeds within us even when we cannot perceive its progress. The invisible sun, that aspect of solar consciousness that operates beyond physical light, continues to influence us energetically, vibrationally, spiritually. Consider how the sun affects Earth even when clouds obscure its light. Its gravitational pull, its electromagnetic influence, its life-sustaining energy, all continue uninterrupted. Similarly, spiritual forces continue to shape and guide us, even when our awareness cannot directly perceive them. The movement of Three-Eye Atlas behind the sun teaches us to trust in processes unseen, to have faith in the continuing unfoldment of cosmic purpose, even when direct perception fails. The ancients understood that what appears as absence may actually be presence on another level. When Three-Eye Atlas disappears behind the sun, it enters a sacred space, the solar sanctuary, where cosmic intentions are renewed and regenerated. This parallels our own need to occasionally retreat from worldly visibility, to reconnect with source energy, to be rejuvenated in the invisible realms of spirit. This celestial alignment invites us to consider what moves within us when we cannot see the movement, what continues to evolve in our spiritual nature during periods of apparent stagnation. The answers lie in understanding that consciousness, like Three-Eye Atlas behind the sun, never ceases its journey. It merely transitions between realms of visibility and invisibility, between outer manifestation and inner gestation. The solar symbolism reminds us that the most powerful forces in creation are often invisible. Gravity, magnetism, love, thought. We cannot see these forces directly, yet they shape everything in our experience. Similarly, spiritual evolution moves through invisible currents of consciousness, reshaping our being from the inside out, often without our conscious awareness until transformation has already occurred. When Three-Eye Atlas emerges from behind the sun, it will have been changed by its passage, bathed in intense solar energies, subjected to gravitational influences unseen from Earth. This emergence symbolizes spiritual rebirth, the soul that has passed through the invisible fires of transformation, reappearing in a new state of being. The invisible sun represents those aspects of divine intelligence that operate beyond our current perceptual capacity, but nonetheless exert profound influence on our spiritual unfoldment. It is the hidden catalyst, the unseen director of cosmic evolution. When we align our awareness with this invisible spiritual sun, we begin to sense the subtle vibrations of change that precede manifestation. This is why spiritual masters throughout history have taught the importance of silence, of inner listening, of attunement to realms beyond sensory perception. They understood that the most significant aspects of reality often remain hidden from ordinary sight, accessible only to those who have developed the inner senses to perceive them. The journey of 3i Atlas behind the sun invites us to develop these inner senses, to perceive with the heart what the eyes cannot see, to know with the soul what the mind cannot grasp. It teaches us that what the eye does not see, the spirit feels, and it is in this space of feeling, knowing, that true spiritual awakening begins. This celestial event serves as a cosmic reminder. The most profound spiritual transformations begin in silence, in hiddenness, in realms beyond ordinary perception. The great day of purification starts not with external cataclysm, but with subtle vibrational shifts in consciousness that gradually reshape our entire being from within. Beyond the visible spectrum lies a profound spiritual reality. The sun is not merely a physical body, but a cosmic transmitter of intelligent information. When we observe the trajectory of 3i Atlas aligning with our sun, we witness more than an astronomical event. We experience the activation of an ancient solar codex that speaks directly to the evolutionary memory encoded within our souls. The wisdom traditions have long understood that light is not simply electromagnetic radiation, but a carrier of spiritual intelligence. This understanding transcends conventional physics, pointing toward a universe where consciousness and energy are inseparably interwoven. The sun, as the central light giver of our system, functions as both transmitter and translator of this cosmic intelligence, stepping down higher frequencies into forms that support life and consciousness evolution on Earth. When 3i Atlas traverses the hidden side of the sun, it enters this field of intelligent light at its most concentrated point. This celestial alignment creates a unique harmonic resonance, a symphony of frequencies that bypass ordinary perception and directly activate dormant aspects of human consciousness. What appears as a simple orbital path to astronomical observation represents, on the spiritual level, the triggering of a cosmic wake-up call embedded within the solar frequencies themselves. This solar codex, this language of light, contains information not accessible through intellectual analysis, but through resonance. Our cells, our DNA, our energy fields respond to these frequencies, like musical instruments, recognizing their own note being played. The journey of 3i Atlas behind the sun symbolizes the activation of this resonant relationship between cosmic intelligence and human consciousness. Consider how certain frequencies can cause objects to vibrate when they match that object's natural resonance. Similarly, the frequencies generated by this cosmic alignment resonate with specific spiritual potentials within human consciousness, causing them to awaken and become active. These are not random energies, but precisely calibrated vibrational codes that activate specific spiritual memory and potential. The ancient mystical schools taught that behind the physical sun exists a spiritual sun, a higher dimensional aspect of solar consciousness that communicates through the language of frequency rather than through photons of light. This spiritual sun operates as a great initiator, transmitting cosmic wisdom to those who have developed the inner senses to receive it. The passage of 3i Atlas through this field represents a cosmic moment of initiation for our entire planetary consciousness. As 3i Atlas aligns with the sun, it reflects back to humanity our own inner solar principle, the spiritual light center that exists within each soul. This reflection creates a moment of recognition, a spiritual mirror that shows us not just what we are, but what we are becoming. It is the activation of spiritual memory, the remembrance of our stellar origins and cosmic purpose. The Codex reveals that we are not merely physical beings having occasional spiritual experiences, but spiritual beings engaged in the process of remembering our true nature. The frequencies emanating from this cosmic alignment serve as keys that unlock chambers of wisdom within the soul. Wisdom not accumulated in this lifetime, but carried from star to star, age to age, as part of our evolutionary journey. This solar intelligence communicates not through words, but through vibrational patterns that organize matter, energy, and consciousness into ever more complex and harmonious forms. When 3i Atlas moves behind the sun, these patterns are momentarily amplified. creating a cascade of activating frequencies that ripple through the consciousness field of our planet. Those who are sensitive to these subtle energies may experience sudden insights, expanded awareness, or the spontaneous resolution of long-standing spiritual questions. Just as sunlight contains the full spectrum of visible colors, revealed only when passed through a prism, the spiritual light of the sun contains the full spectrum of soul potential, revealed only when passed through the prism of awakened consciousness. The journey of Three-Eye Atlas serves as such a prism, separating and clarifying aspects of spiritual light that normally remain blended and indistinguishable to ordinary awareness. This hidden language of light teaches us that evolution is not merely a physical process, but a spiritual one, the gradual awakening of consciousness to increasingly subtle levels of cosmic intelligence. The sun that warms our planet and sustains physical life is simultaneously transmitting the codes for consciousness evolution, guiding humanity toward its next stage of development. When we contemplate the sun not merely as a ball of nuclear fire, but as a living intelligence, our relationship with it transforms. We begin to sense the purposeful communication flowing from this great being to our own consciousness. The passage of Three-Eye Atlas behind the sun amplifies this communication, making briefly perceptible what is always present, but usually beyond our awareness. The solar codex reminds us that we are not isolated beings on a random planet, but integral parts of a vast, intelligent cosmic system. Our consciousness is continuously bathed in the intelligent frequencies of the sun, subtly guiding our evolution in harmony with larger cosmic purposes. The alignment of Three-Eye Atlas with the sun brings this ongoing process into sharper focus, allowing us a glimpse of the intelligent design underlying apparent randomness. As Three-Eye Atlas emerges from behind the sun, it carries with it the imprint of this solar intelligence, broadcasting these frequencies outward through our solar system like ripples across water. These ripples reach Earth as subtle waves of transformative energy, received not by our physical senses, but by the spiritual antenna of our awakened consciousness. The Solar Codex speaks of remembrance, not of acquiring something new, but of recognizing what has always been present. Behind the physical sun lies the spiritual sun, and behind our physical consciousness lies our spiritual essence. The journey of Three-Eye Atlas behind the sun symbolizes the soul's journey into this deeper recognition, the remembrance of our stellar origins and divine nature. This is the hidden language of light, not seen but felt, not heard but known, not outside but within. It is the wordless wisdom that speaks directly to the soul, awakening us to our place in the cosmic symphony. The concept of judgment has been misunderstood throughout human history. What ancient wisdom and cosmic truth reveal is that judgment is not an external sentence pronounced upon us, but rather the natural resonance between our inner vibration and universal harmony. As Three-Eye Atlas makes its hidden journey behind the sun, it symbolizes this profound spiritual principle, the purification of consciousness through alignment with cosmic frequency. True spiritual judgment is not punishment but discernment, the natural separation that occurs when higher frequencies interact with lower ones. When light enters darkness, no external judge is needed to separate them. The process happens automatically through the inherent properties of the energies themselves. This is the deeper meaning of purification, not the elimination of what is deemed impure by some arbitrary standard, but the natural reorganization of energy according to its vibrational coherence. The sun emits not just physical light, but spiritual frequencies that serve as the baseline harmony for our entire system. These frequencies establish the vibrational template against which all consciousness within its field naturally aligns or misaligns. The passage of Three-Eye Atlas behind the sun represents a moment when these frequencies are amplified and focused, creating what might be called a judgment of light, a time when each soul feels more intensely its own resonance or dissonance with cosmic harmony. This is not punishment, but opportunity. The opportunity for each consciousness to recognize where it stands in relation to its highest potential, to the divine design encoded within its very essence. In this light, judgment becomes self-revelation, the soul seeing itself clearly, perhaps for the first time, in the mirror of cosmic truth. What makes this moment so significant is that it occurs behind the veil, in the hidden realm where the sun's spiritual influence operates beyond physical perception. Just as 3i Atlas travels unseen behind the solar disk, the most profound spiritual transformations occur in realms beyond ordinary awareness. The soul undergoes its deepest purification, not through external events, but through internal realignments that often remain invisible until their effects manifest in changed behavior, expanded awareness, or heightened spiritual sensitivity. This hidden judgment speaks to the nature of spiritual evolution itself, not as a process imposed from without, but as an unfoldment from within, guided by the soul's own recognition of its divine blueprint. The solar frequencies serve not as punishing forces, but as clarifying ones, illuminating the gap between what we are and what we are meant to become, between our current state of consciousness and our potential fullness of being. When 3i Atlas emerges from behind the sun, it will have been transformed by its passage through these intensified frequencies. Similarly, human consciousness emerges transformed from periods of spiritual testing and purification. What may feel like judgment is actually initiation, the soul being prepared for its next stage of unfoldment through the burning away of what no longer serves its highest expression. The solar judgment reveals that evolution is not random but purposeful, not chaotic but orchestrated according to cosmic principles of harmony and balance. Just as musical instruments must be tuned to play together in harmony, consciousnesses throughout the cosmos must align their frequencies to participate in the greater symphony of creation. The sun's spiritual influence serves as the tuning fork for our particular system, establishing the base frequency against which all other vibrations naturally harmonize or create dissonance. This purification process operates according to spiritual law, not human preference. It cannot be negotiated with, appealed against, or avoided, not because it is punitive, but because it is fundamental to the nature of consciousness itself. Light naturally reveals what darkness conceals. Higher frequencies naturally reorganize lower ones. This is not judgment in the human sense, but the impersonal operation of cosmic principles that guide all evolution. Yet within this impersonal process lies profound compassion. The solar frequencies do not destroy what is misaligned, but seek to bring it into alignment. Like a master tuning an instrument, the process may create temporary discomfort, but aims at greater harmony, greater beauty, greater capacity for expression. The dissonance we feel during periods of spiritual purification is not punishment, but the natural tension that precedes realignment. When a soul stands in its authentic truth, in alignment with its divine blueprint, it experiences these purifying frequencies not as judgment, but as affirmation, the recognition of its own essential harmony with cosmic purpose. What feels like judgment to the misaligned soul feels like blessing to the aligned one. Both are experiencing the same frequencies, but their response differs according to their state of internal coherence. This is why spiritual traditions have long taught that preparation for times of judgment involves not external righteousness, but internal alignment, the cultivation of consciousness that naturally resonates with truth, love, and harmony. Such preparation does not seek to avoid judgment, but to welcome it as the confirmation of inner work already done, as the recognition of alignment already achieved. The journey of 3i Atlas behind the sun reminds us that the most significant spiritual processes often occur unseen, in the hidden chambers of consciousness, before manifesting as visible transformation. Just as the comet continues its journey whether we can see it or not, the soul's evolution proceeds whether we are consciously aware of it or not. The solar judgment happens not just in dramatic moments of revelation, but continuously, as our consciousness interacts with the spiritual frequencies that permeate our existence. This understanding transforms our relationship with challenge and difficulty. What may appear as punishment from a limited perspective reveals itself as purification from a higher one. The very experiences that seem most judging, that most acutely reveal our misalignments and limitations, are often the ones that most effectively catalyze our growth and evolution. As 3i Atlas completes its hidden journey and emerges transformed, it symbolizes the soul that has passed through the fires of purification and emerged renewed, not diminished by judgment, but expanded by revelation, not punished for its limitations, but liberated from them through the clarifying influence of higher frequencies. The final teaching of this cosmic symbolism is that true judgment is not the end, but the beginning. Not the closing of possibility, but the opening of new ones. Just as 3i Atlas continues its cosmic journey after its solar passage, the soul continues its evolutionary journey after each cycle of purification, carrying forward the wisdom gained, the alignment achieved, the harmony established through its encounter with the judging light. This is the deeper meaning of the judgment of the light. Not condemnation, but illumination. Not separation, but unification, through the recognition of our essential harmony with cosmic purpose. When each being vibrates in alignment with its true nature, the entire symphony of creation achieves a harmony that transcends our current imagination, a harmony toward which all evolution moves, guided by the purifying frequencies of cosmic light. If these teachings about the spiritual significance of 3i Atlas and its solar journey have resonated with your inner wisdom, take a moment now to subscribe to this channel. By joining our community of seekers, you'll receive notifications about future spiritual revelations and cosmic insights. Your comments below create a powerful field of shared consciousness. What awakened within you as you contemplated these solar frequencies? Which concepts illuminated your personal spiritual journey? Share your reflections and become part of this collective evolutionary conversation. Remember, just as 3i Atlas continues its cosmic journey beyond what we can see, your engagement helps spread these vibrations to others who may be ready to receive them. Subscribe, comment, and let's expand this light together.